This is Kat, and I'm with Nick. You want to tell people how we met, Nick?
I don't remember. When did we met the other day? I was walking around at lunch, I think, in Beverly Hills.
And you sat down next to me.
I sat down.
Don't you remember your own story?
I ordered coffee. Oh, it's not my story.
You don't remember what happened? I was working on my computer. I shot a bunch of celebs, and I was editing. And Nick sat...
Well, because I've seen you around.
Right.
I know. I've lived in the neighborhood for a couple of years. I've seen you.
Beverly Hills, yeah.
And, like, I know that you're a photographer, and, so I was just like, I don't know, I just, it's like, hey, Like,
yeah, he said something to me. I don't even remember what he said.
So you don't remember.
No, he said, what's my Instagram, or what's my social media?
Right, okay.
And I'm like, nobody looks at my Instagram.
Right.
Because they want my celebrity photographs for free on Instagram, and I really don't do it. Unless it's stuff I shot so long ago. But anyway, we ended up having a conversation.
That's something people don't understand about social media.
Right.
It's all just stuff you shot so long ago. There's like...
Well, I'm saying in reference to my professional photography, I don't like giving it up for free because people can still make money off of it.
Yeah.
So
I met an artist who has sold pieces to, like, Bill Gates.
Right.
She hasn't put anything online.
Right.
That's just...
Right.
That doesn't happen.
Right.
Like, she's just like, no.
No, but when people, they want it for free and they want to put it on their websites and stuff like that, they don't realize I get paid when my photographs sell. But that's neither here nor there. The point was, I was working, but he interrupted in a polite way, because I've talked about this before, is like sometimes I'm working and people, they try to get my attention and it's really rude. He didn't do it in a rude way. And we started a conversation, and I'm going to skip to the chase because it's important and we have a lot of stuff to talk about, but it turns out both of us are survivors of a violent crime, and we ended up talking about our experiences, and I wanted to share that with some of you because by talking to him, I told him things that I never told anybody else, and I felt, I'm going to get emotional too, but I don't mean to, but it's like, it's hard to talk to people because I don't understand. And
that's the hardest thing about talking to people, and...
No, it's weird. We talked, and it was like...
How did that really, like, what did that do for you? Like, I didn't even know.
It was better than therapy because it was like...
I mean, we didn't even talk for that long.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's getting to the getting to the meat of the issues, but...
Right. When you're able to say the thing that you haven't been able to tell anyone, or speak about. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, thank you, because it was like, it's been so frustrating, and it was like, I would say something, he's like, yeah. And I'm like, you get it. And it was like, wow, because you try to talk to your family, they don't get it. You talk to your friends, and then they don't get it. And then people think you're looking for sympathy, like you're trying to...
Right.
And it's not it. It's not it at all.
Yeah.
It's more like you're expressing yourself. And what people don't realize is that sometimes things happen to all of us, and it's not about you solving the problem if you're a friend or a family member. It's you actually listening. Not trying to control it, not trying to talk over the person that dealt with the situation, but allow them to express and decompress what happened. And then what I felt like, we were able to talk without judgment, and just listening to each other.
That's the biggest part, is to be able to just sort of have that conversation. I mean, I don't really even remember exactly what we talked about.
We talked about, well, he got like thrown against some bar, like outside of a bar against like a door or something, and his head was split open.
By like an MMA fighter.
An MMA fighter. All you UFC fighters, you better realize that you got to be careful.
Hey, don't make me enemies here.
No. I have a lot of fans that are UFC fighters. I mean, UFC fans, because I shot Conor McGregor and Khabib, and other people. But long story short, what I was trying to explain is, people who know martial arts, you have to be careful with your skill and your gift, and you can't just abuse it. So anyway, some MMA.
Well, yeah. I think one of the things that we started to talk about was, and that I think touched home for you, was that I wanted to take responsibility for my own experience,
right,
which is sort of a controversial thing.
Yeah.
These days, and like that was definitely. I don't want to say it was difficult. I mean, I kind of have to what I went through was a completely life-changing experience.
Right.
And I there was so much trauma or whatever, that I woke up and I was in a new world.
Right.
And I didn't remember. Actually, my skull was fractured in 24 places.
Right.
So I had no recollection.
Right.
And it was as if I
was born again.
Well, I was born again as if everything that had happened before was a dream.
Right.
And so I was literally. It was months that I was sitting around trying to remember if I had these memories, these things in my head, and I thought it was a dream, and then one day I would wake up and be like, oh,
that happened.
Yeah.
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 See, that's what's weird, is that by talking to him, it's like we have almost similar experiences in regards to the the situation, but it was like, and whatever happened prior, it was like I don't even know, it's another world, another existence, another person, and then after it's a whole nother experience. Like, life is different, and one of the things I told him today is like, I noticed that I wasn't having any dreams for 4 years. I was having nightmares, like all nightmares, like nothing really positive. And it was very hard for me to sleep. And then just recently, I was able to dream like normal dreams again. And
when you dream, can I just ask you, totally just to what are some of the major themes that come up when you dream?
We're talking about sex? No, well, actually,
what?
No, actually, yeah, no, yeah.
No, because what I'm saying, I dream about water.
Oh, well, that's emotion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I dream about houses.
Yeah.
It's houses.
What are houses?
It's like your house, like your foundation, your your everything. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You have a strong foundation.
I dream about water and bridges.
Yeah. Well, getting to another.
Yeah.
But it was interesting that just recently, and finally going to New York and doing something I wanted to do, like photograph in New York, spend the summer in New York. It was a gift that I gave to myself, and I was like, I'm just going to do it. And doing that and looking up in the sky and seeing all these great buildings, seeing the different colors and stuff, and being around different people and having another experience, it challenged me also as a photographer. And I had to get away from LA. LA hurt me very much. And
where are you from originally?
East Coast. But I've lived all over the place, South, whatever.
Yeah.
But
so how long have you been in LA?
Too long. Can I get back to my story? Because I have to stay on. I want to stay on track.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All I'm trying to say is that I needed to get away out of LA because I just felt like I gave a lot to LA, but I don't want to say I didn't get anything back, but I just felt like I wasn't.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I had to get
LA
out.
Yeah. People think New York is hard.
No, LA will lie to your face and say yeah, and they're totally dicking you. Totally!
Yeah.
From the justice system to the police to your so-called bougie friends.
Yeah.
It's all. I'd rather have people from New York, because if they don't like you,
Exactly.
you know
in the first.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
30 seconds.
But in reference to this whole thing and why I said, hey, we got to put this on camera, is that it's the shared experience of telling your truth. And there was people, when I was trying to tell the truth, they'd, not that I care, they'd make fun of me online, and they, or I had people in my family, they didn't get what I was trying to say. And I think they were doing that. I think we kind of talked about this a little bit before, was maybe nobody listened to them.
Yeah.
And so they're not used to actually listening to somebody.
They just don't have the skills.
Right.
You know, and so
you
no
can't,
one has,
yeah.
And that's, I mean, that's my biggest thing, and that's why I actually, like, appreciate talking to you, you know, because I feel like you are a person who wants to discuss, like, the actual skills that it takes to handle life.
Yeah.
You know, to be emotionally, I mean, honest, mature, you know, just like someone, you know, who is able to, like, you know, relate to people and have conversations and help. This was the thing we were talking about, I think, was, you know, like, healing trauma.
Right.
You know, and just that there's not, that doesn't really exist in our world at the moment, and that's
what we're going to do.
Yes.
That's what we're going to do.
Yes.
There's a reason why I met. Seriously.
Yes. No,
because when
absolutely,
people,
seriously.
I told people this a long time ago. You see these videos of me and these celebrities and me talking to them, and you guys think that's all I do, and I'm not knocking it. It's like, it's a, you know, it's a gift I have, and blah 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 blah. But I love conversations. It's not just about talking to an entertainer. It's talking to another person who's going through whatever they're going through and having an honest discussion. I've always done that. If you ever knew my old channel before, not you, I'm talking about the people that watched. I had a huge YouTube channel before I got robbed, and when I got robbed, the people that robbed me, they made it so my YouTube channel got destroyed, my original YouTube channel, because I posted the video of them at the beginning of the assault. So I posted it because I was like, they were lying about me on TMZ, and TMZ kept pushing a false narrative, which they're doing with Michael Avenatti now, but that's a whole other story. But anyway, they were pushing a false narrative, and they were slandering me and harassing me on their huge platform. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to post this video. So I posted the video, and the original court date was December 2014. My YouTube channel was killed around Christmas. So they were like, we're going to shut you up.
Right.
So anyway, I didn't have a YouTube channel for like 2 years, and then I was talking to a friend of mine that works in Beverly Hills. He's like, just put your shit back up.
Right.
He's like, don't be afraid, just do it. So I did, and so now it's building up. But before I had like 9 million hits and like, you know, 4,000 videos on YouTube, and so there was all kinds of videos of me talking to people from all over the world, a lot more that like than what's on it now. So that's why I had to preface what I was saying. But what I want to explain is I'm interested in it's probably going to be called like conversations, but I'm interested in actually having the deep dives into healing trauma, having better relationships, being honest about your skills in your family dynamics and your friendships and your love dynamics too, but healing ourselves, because I really believe that's what we have to do. It's not about the addictions and all this other stuff. It's about like, what can we do to help ourselves? And that's selfish on my part, but help each other too.
Yeah, and I think the experience that I went through, the thing that I really took out of it was, you know, like, and this is the thing that you were just like thrown by, and I was like, I'm not out for vindication. You know, like, I'm not trying to get somebody back. I'm not trying to have somebody arrested. I'm not trying to have somebody put in jail. Like, I don't want that system, you know, and that's, you know, that's something that, you know, people aren't on board with, you know, because, like, I mean, we were just talking about this today, like, we were talking about tomorrow's Thanksgiving. You came up here, I had just bought a turkey, we were talking about how to fry turkeys and how we're just, you know, like, still people, you know, like, still, you know, just like savages who, like, want meat, you know, and, you know, like, we have to eat every day. And that was, you know, for me, you know, to be able to just look beyond that and be like, okay, this is about me. This is about me. This is about my experience. This is how am I going to be fine from here on out. And that's what to me, that's what taking responsibility for my own experience means.
Right.
And so like, I'm sorry, like it's nobody wants to hear it, but I don't care about our criminal justice system. I don't want to go to court. I don't want to put someone else in prison. I want to take care of myself, and I want to take care of my own experience. And I know that's like a difficult thing for a lot of people to hear and extremely controversial. But, like at the end of the day, you have to move on with your own life, and you have to take responsibility for your own experience. I have to take responsibility for my own experience, and that's why I feel like I'm here.
But I just want to say, we can have disagreements on some issues,
of course, and
but
that's
we
what
still
emotional maturity is about.
And we still respect each other. But the thing is, exactly. I'm not countering what you're saying, because I can say, and I wrote something on my blog about this called "Understanding Why More Victims Don't Come Forward." Because a lot of people think, "Why don't you come forward when you come forward?" Let me just say, I came forward. And it was a nightmare,
right.
And they gave them plea deals, and then they went out and one person killed someone, and the other person committed multiple more violent crimes, and he's still out. The second one's still out. So I can honestly say,
and I appreciate that perspective. I don't think you're wrong.
No, but I'm just saying is there's no justice really. I was concerned about other people getting hurt, and I wasn't taken seriously by the court system. And like I said, one person killed somebody else. So we're in agreement. The justice system doesn't necessarily work at all, and I want victims to understand it is your choice to come forward or not to come forward. But you have to heal and get help for yourself, because the system is not there to help you. I mean, I don't want to be. I shouldn't say it's not.
No, that's better.
I shouldn't say that.
I wish I could have said that.
Let me try to rephrase this. Based on my experience, the system is not there necessarily to help you. There's a lot of bureaucracy, and there's a lot of egos, and a lot of people trying to get being a future senator or whatever political aspirations they have. They're not necessarily thinking about you as a person. They might be thinking about, how do we save the state money? This person's a celebrity or whatever. Let's charge him for this and get money out of him. The victim or the survivor is not making us any money, so let's give him a plea deal. So I want people to explain to you your case, so you know the case number. I'm not even going to go into this right now, but if you are a victim of a violent crime, and you have a perpetrator who has multiple crimes going on, it can be extremely difficult for you to keep up with all the cases, which happened to me. I had a concussion. I didn't even realize how bad my head was until way later. And
it took me 2 months. It took me 2 months before, I was in so much pain.
Yeah.
I can't even explain it.
I remember the pain.
It was pain to sit down. It was pain to stand up. It was, I know. And
I remember that.
And and just so it's.
I just want to say something that was positive about YouTube. I would listen to affirmations and healing videos and stuff. Positive affirmations to try to sleep or to rest. I would do that all night long for 8 or 10 hours. So I really wasn't sleeping, but there were so many videos that actually helped me feel better to decompress from the pain. And I've never been in so much pain for so long as with the thing that happened. And that's the thing that's interesting too, is just that it's like a vibrating pain that lasts forever, and it's affecting everything.
Yeah.
And people were saying, why don't you smile? Aren't you smiling?
Right.
What the fuck? I was like, I wanted to say,
I've done that my whole life.
Motherfucker, I'm in pain, goddammit. The only, what people don't realize, when I shoot, when I'm talking to people, I didn't feel pain because I was focused on what I was doing.
Then when you're in that thing that you love to do, you forget about it.
People were saying, "Well, you're not helping your case because you're working." It was like, if I wasn't working, I would kill myself. I mean, I wouldn't. I hate to say kill myself, but
I hate to say kill you.
But you know what I meant? Like
exactly. That's I would just.
I would be laying in.
What would I do?
Right, I'd be laying in bed in pain and looking for.
I wouldn't kill myself. Like
that's the wrong word, but I meant.
But yeah, there isn't a word in our language, in our in our lexicon, for that, you know. And I think that's kind of one of the things that we're talking about a little bit, you know, is like making up new language.
Right, that's true.
You know, that really helps people.
We're talking about some of like dealing with the pain and learning, and the other thing you said is really important. Language is really important because it becomes, you manifest it. So I have to be careful about what words I say.
Right.
But I shouldn't have said the. But honestly, I was in so much. I was in so much pain that I've never experienced anything like it, and it was just like it was all there was pain. Right. You know, and now in the cold, my hands hurt all the time, and in the heat, it hurts. No, they do. Right. And like I was trying to explain to my family, they live in the East Coast, and I'd walk the dog and stuff, you know, for like 3 times a day, and I didn't complain or anything, but I was in pain. It was cold, and trying to explain to people, you know, you don't want to live in the East Coast because it's freezing, and there was a blizzard while I was there. But they didn't get it. My body was not functioning in freezing cold. And I've lived in the South and the heat for a long time. My body's not accustomed to it. But there were simple things that communication was not working. Right. And it was like I couldn't tell my truth. Right. And then I would suppress it, which would cause more anger and there would be tension building because I couldn't tell my truth.
And so I think that's what we're talking about in terms of like emotional maturity. Right. You know, like the ability of people to sort of not get knocked out by one another, you know, where you're just like, you just want to talk about it, you know, and then, you know, people in your family or whoever in your circle, you know.
They don't want to hear it. They can't hear it.
They can't hear it.
And maybe they're not the right person to.
Exactly.
It's like sometimes women or men are in a relationship, and then they're like the girls like, oh, I can't talk to him like I talk to my girlfriends. He's not a woman. Right. So the thing is, I mean, I take we like the word, we take responsibility. I take responsibility that I have to find the right people to talk to, because I can't talk to the certain people that were supposedly closest to me. I couldn't talk to them. Yeah. They were lecturing me, and they were just saying things that were just out, like they thought I was nuts, but I'm just sitting there going, oh my God, I cannot believe this is happening. And I had to deal with so much stuff, like medical issues that were never addressed came up and stuff, and I kept everything silent. And that's one of the things I said in a video. If you watched what I not you, but the people. Yeah. I talked about Conor McGregor and Khabib, and I was saying how Conor broke my heart when he attacked the bus and he threw that metal thing through the window and he hurt other people, and he didn't confront Khabib, the person that he was mad at. He injured other people, and I said to Conor, that was beneath you. But what I want people to understand is that, you know, attacking people and losing your temper, being violent, has ramifications. You know, we all have to figure out how to deal with our rage and stuff, and being emotionally mature, being honest and owning your shit, and knowing right from wrong, and you know, and calling people out. You can love somebody and call them out on their bullshit, whether they're your mom or your father or your.
Well, and that's a loving thing to do.
They don't see it that way though. Well, that was funny though. You know what I mean? It's like, but I want to live in my truth. I hate being around people I can't tell the truth to. Right. Because I don't want to be around them. I don't.
Yeah, no, what was I knew somebody she had something to say about that. I forget what exactly it was she said. But you know, it's just like, you know, it's like there's your truth. Right. And then there's the truth.
Yeah, and then
there's just like everything in between.
Yeah, but
and the fact is that we live everywhere in between.
I don't know. I think it's perspective. Like the lights. We have lights. This light's sitting this way, this light's sitting that way, that light's sitting that way. It's different perspective. But why can't we respect each other and listen to each other and figure out, like, if you care about someone, what's the best thing instead of like controlling them? But what's the best thing to? That's what I don't get. In a bigger issue, not even about what happened to us, but in relationship issues. We were talking about this before. If you're in a relationship with someone, if you're like your lover or whatever, or it's like, why can't you say to them honestly, I'm good at marketing or I'm good at photography, you're good at mathematics and accounting. You do the accounting and I'll do the photography. Why can't it be that way? Why does it have to be like you expect everyone to be great at everything? That's not a realistic relationship. You know what I mean? But why can't we say, hey, because this had happened to me. I had a boyfriend a long time ago, and one of his friends said, you guys are in trouble, and I'll tell you why. And then they explain it. The wife was a very successful businesswoman, and the husband had a different, I forgot what business he was in, but he kind of helped my ex with his music business. But he said, they had in other words, one had like money and that business acumen, and the other one was in a different thing. But it wasn't like two people doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? In other words, if you have two artists that are flakes about business, that's not a good relationship. And I used to say, you know, we need to hire someone to do the accounting and the nuts and bolts of stuff, because we're the marketers. We're great at like the people, comfort and all that stuff. But when you need someone who is good at the accounting and the logic, there's nothing wrong with that. But can we be honest about that? Because that's how you have strong.
Well, yeah, but then then it comes down to being honest, with yourself. Because I mean that's the thing. Like people don't want to admit their own shortcomings.
Well, I admit my shortcomings all the time. I'm shit. I don't like accounting. I'd rather hire somebody.
It's a strength. Yeah.
Well, it's not even. It's just the fact.
To understand your own, whatever. That's just taking responsibility.
Right. But in a relationship, if you want a loving, this is what I would want if I ever have. I shouldn't say if I ever. When I'm having one now, ha ha ha. You got to talk in the present, supposedly with the affirmations. You got to believe in the now and the I am. So I am in a relationship that's just fabulous. In my fabulous relationship, I'm able to communicate with my partner my strengths and my weaknesses and my goals. And he respects them and he listens to me and I listen to his strengths and his goals. And I want to do everything in my power to help him achieve his goals and him help me achieve my goals. And we work as a team to heal and bring love and happiness to each other. That's my ideal relationship that I have right now. Does that make sense?
That makes complete sense.
But most people don't talk like that. They talk in like...
Most of my friends talk like that.
They do? No, but most people don't say that. They're like, they think someone's gonna save... They just... No, it's still going. No, but they think some guy's gonna save them or some girl's gonna save them or, someone's gonna pay their rent and all this other shit. It's like, huh? I just think we all need to get our shit together. And be honest about what we bring to the table. What are you?
No, I'm a little like losing the train of thought. I'm sorry. I don't mean to like break the third wall or whatever.
No, it's all right. You can lose it. It's okay. But anyway.
Did you want a drink or was it before you a drink? Was that?
I didn't eat dinner. Maybe I shouldn't. God. But anyway, I'll drink tequila next time. But thank you, Nick. This is our first conversation, and if you guys like it, please let us know under the comments. If you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. Anyway,
that's why we like.
Is that porn? Oh my God, it is porn. He's got porn on his screensaver.
You're not allowed. You don't have the rights to this.
I'm not trying the rights. I'm like, is that chicken?
No.
Anyway, yes, she is.
No.
She looks like it. Mm-hmm. Whatever. I'm glad somebody's getting it. But that's another conversation for another day. I'm going to be talking about sex.
Really?
No, yeah. But that'll be a tease. But having a healthy sexual life in LA is a joke. No, but I've been celibate for a very long time. And that's the other funny thing is the crime thing that happened. You talk about another way to kill a sex drive. Boy, like the other.
No, when I got attacked, I had a very sexually demanding girlfriend.
Oh my God! And she didn't stop.
And we did not stop. And it was painful, but it was sex, and I was not going to stop. I was not.
But you're a dude.
Stop.
That's typical guy shit.
Well, okay, maybe.
No, for
that's
me
just,
as
that's just the havingness thing.
No, but what?
Is it women can have it any time? Is that the attitude?
No, it's not that.
Okay.
I can have it any time, I guess, but I don't. Because
Right.
I want quality.
Right.
And if I had a partner.
Well, this was quality.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if it was quality, if a person's in pain, I don't know if I'd want to give sex. Not a physical hard sex. I would try to heal.
Yeah, it wasn't easy.
But you guys are. I'm sorry, I hate to generalize, but men are just different on that.
We just have a higher pain threshold.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
you'll do anything for sex because it's part of your chemical makeup.
Okay, I mean that's fair.
No,
like,
but
that's fair.
For me, the thing is like a lot of guys don't understand. If my shit's not together, I can't. My brain doesn't want to concentrate.
Oh, that's how I
on
feel
it.
now. Now that I'm a little bit older, like, yeah.
No, but I just don't feel attractive.
Right.
You know, and I know that might sound crazy to you guys, but I didn't feel attractive, and there was somebody I really was attracted to. I'm not going to say anybody's name, but there was no way. And then also, I couldn't imagine actually having a conversation. Imagine me going on a date with a man that I was very attracted to, and he's asking me, well, what do you do for a living? And what's been going on with you, blah, blah, blah. And then me having to figure out how I was going to say, well, I got robbed, and my head was smashed, and I had a concussion. So you end up not even wanting to get into a conversation, and you've got so many things going on, like court cases and medical issues and all kinds of stuff. It's just too much. So
I just you have stuff in your head.
Yeah. So I was like,
but I think that's kind of the thing, is like being able to just create different spaces for you. And I think this is kind of what we were talking about earlier in terms of like dreams and things like that. Be able to create different mental places. Like there are certain things that are going on in the world, and there are certain ways that you and I and everyone else has to take care of themselves,
right?
And it is difficult. I mean, especially like if you have kids, if you have a job, like anything, to be able to take care of yourself, because we're just doing all of these things that we want,
I don't know if I was doing everything I wanted. I wanted to. The person I met, I wanted to get to know them better. But
right.
I didn't think I was capable in that amount of pain in the situation
mm-hmm.
I was in, and the time frame that we
well,
had.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Right.
It was like.
Right.
It was just too
right.
much.
Right.
But I trust me when I say I was very much attracted to him, and but not that it was going to end up being anywhere, but it wasn't the right time, and I wish I would have had the opportunity to explain to him what happened and just say, hey, look, I do find you attractive. Just this is a really bad time for me. I wasn't trying to be rude, or I wasn't trying to discount them giving their information to me.
Right.
I was a mess, and that kind of intimacy of telling your truth is for somebody that is there, who wants to be there. Does that make sense?
No, I mean that makes sense. Like
I'm just saying, I don't see, I honestly didn't understand how I could have had like any kind of relationship with anybody over the last 4 years.
Right.
Insanity. It would have been insanity, and I mean, unless it was just, I don't know. But the point is, you're right, and that's another reason why I want to talk about sex, is because, not now, but later when I'm teasing, is that I thought I was really great at sex, and I've learned that there's more to learn, and you should never think you're great at that, because there's more things to learn, and
that's just not the attitude. I mean, that I would take. I'm happy to.
What?
Well, you never want to think you're good at stuff. Like thinking you're good at stuff.
No, but you think you're good, as in not the greatest, but you think you're good.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, just like being a good cook, you can always be better.
You can always be better.
Right, and I have a friend who's got her own business selling purses, and she said something to me the other day. She's like, "Yeah, I'm not even messing around with." She does whatever she wants anyway, but she's like, "Yeah, I've been masturbating a lot." I'm like, "Me too." I just think that that's the thing right now. Masturbation, instead of being in relationships, this is the new thing. So I'm going to be studying the best vibrators. So I just want to put that out there.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying. But yeah, I just think you got to, whatever's going to get you healthy.
Yeah.
Whatever that is for you.
Yeah.
But being celibate for a long time.
That's not really that healthy.
I don't think it is. And that's a whole nother story that I'll talk about later.
Yeah.
But thanks, Nick.
Thanks.
I hope you guys like this, but it was honest. Not that it was like whatever. So hopefully we'll be doing other ones, whatever. But
I'm sure.
Where do you see yourself in the future, though? What do you want to do?
That's a completely different conversation.
No, but I mean, like, you know.
About.
Oh yeah, well, we want to talk about it. He's got something he's working on that hopefully I'll help with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, actually we got a couple of things, but that's cool though. Sometimes when you're working and someone hits you up the right way, and I mean hits you up the right way, introduces themselves in the right way, you start a conversation. But again, sometimes you're not able to open yourself up. You know, and people have to respect that, because sometimes I do not talk to people, and I get in trouble for this. I'll be working.
Oh, I'm the worst.
And I'll say I'm working, and then it pisses people off.
Right. Oh.
But I'm just saying, is you guys can understand something. When I'm working, I take it seriously. Just like when you're doing your thing, you expect people to respect you. But for some reason, because I'm a female, guys get really pissed off when I don't respond to them.
I mean, I just can't. Anyway.
Yeah,
we'll a whole other conversation.
Yeah, but I just want to say
we can have that conversation.
No, we'll talk about other things. But
people can be gone in a hurry.
But he did it the right way. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm saying. You got to come at me the right way, because if you come at me the wrong way, we're gonna fight. So anyway,
no, we're not gonna fight.
Not you. I'm talking to.
I'm just telling you.
He knows what I'm talking about.
People like to fight.
Well, yeah, sometimes they do. Sometimes fighting is closer than they get to sex.
I
have arguments.
I've been in
verbal
those relationships.
Yeah, verbal. I have verbal discussions that is almost like an art form of tantra. They just keep going and going, and it's like domination and submission. I've noticed, but I'm passionate about things that I care about. Have you heard about the Amazon position?
The Amazon position. What
Yeah.
is the Amazon position?
That's something we're going to talk about next
Okay.
video. All right. Thank you guys and ladies for watching. I appreciate it. And thank you for your lovely
Absolutely.
life.
Thank you for coming over and
And taking over. Yeah.
Totally.
No, but yeah. I just, like I said, I feel like my goal is to do those kind of videos that help
I think
people.
that's important. I think it's important to
I want more.
to have those sorts of conversations with all just like it's
Let's heal each other. Let's move on.
I mean, my social media is so toxic, and I'll take responsibility, but it's I'm
not into it. I really don't. I have to, people force me. I feel like I'm raped into doing. No, I'm being serious.
No, I feel the same way. Like,
it's horrible.
Yeah.
Twitter is it's so negative. And I know that sometimes I'm saying stuff, but I'm being funny. I'm being a comedian, but I'm hurt. Actually, I'm actually heartbroken about the rise of racism, the rise in misogyny, the rise in just the rage and the violence. I don't like it, but I make flippant remarks. But just so you know, if you don't know, my heart's broken. I'm being funny to hide the
pain.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's and I think that's one of the things that like people, there's just so, to me, there's so little compassion from people who say that they're compassionate. It's like, oh, why aren't you compassionate? Anyway, that is a whole other conversation.
like
You
this
are.
much. This much.
Oh, this much. This much.
This much.
You were one of the most compassionate people who I have met recently.
Thank you. Recently.
Recently.
You just met me the other day. See, you too. If you come at me the right
I don't
way,
meet people.
I
I
come
don't meet
over your
people.
place. Just kidding.
Film a YouTube
Just
video.
kidding. What? What?
I said film a YouTube video.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks.